the Tennessee River Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. A Week 1 showdown between two teams hoping to get things started on a great note. It's the Colorado Buffaloes and the Tennessee Volunteers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The history of college football has many ties to the military. Tennessee's Neyland Stadium, with over 101,000 fans in place, is one of those. The stadium was named for legendary football coach General Robert R. Neyland on October 27, 1962. This is one of the most beautiful venues in college sports, with the Tennessee River, the sailgating, and the checkered end zones. Can't wait to watch a college football game at Tennessee. Back to you.
All right, Holly. He'll bring it out. It's Perry. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Buffaloes offense will have first crack at this one. And here comes Julian Lewis, freshman prospect from the state of Georgia. This staff targeted him early on the recruiting trail, and they are excited about what he'll bring to this offense in the season opener. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Picked up about 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
Hey, I like this by the offense. Nice job of not forcing it, having to throw the football. Now you make it 3rd and manageable and put your offense in a better position to succeed. That's a nice second down play.
And the ball is free on the pitch. Big fella fighting for every inch, but he will not get there, and it'll be 4th down. The Buffaloes line up to punt it away. Takes it on the return. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. The Volunteers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And here are the guys who make it go. Just an outstanding offensive line.
And this offensive line obviously has its strengths, but you're not going to have to look further than that left side. Like, this offense gets a little bit run-heavy to the left for a reason. Left guard, left tackle, the strength of this unit. They work so well together, great individual players. And Palmer, sometimes when you got a side of the line that's a little bit more dominant, don't be afraid to go that way more often.
No question about it. I think we're on critical down and distances when they need to have a play, especially on short yardage, goal line, going for it on 4th down. The left side is who they're going to be running behind. You've got 2 guys out there in the left tackle and left guard that are going to play on Sundays, and that is a special, special combination that a lot of offensive lines wish they had.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the middle. Picked off! What a play by this defense!
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing into zone defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Going downfield for the big play. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here's Lewis to throw. The short hands, it's Atkins. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. Look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Lewis wants to pass. Rushes on him. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
And we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players and just give yourself a chance to make it.
Makes the catch and he's free. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, they try to dial up the screen pass on 1st down, seeing if they can catch the defense rushing upfield, but they stayed home, they had their eyes on the football, and they create a negative play.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Running inside. It's Bishop. Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. They really got things moving on this drive. 2nd play of the drive comes from the 37. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. This time he wants to throw. Gets it to the back. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking down the middle. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. Guys, Colorado has the lead here as we get a look at the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the middle. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Under fire. And it's a sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up with great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
Across the 10, got it out to the 14. That's a gain of 5.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
There's some room. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. And the Buffaloes in the hurry up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Caught in the backfield, it's Young. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Young. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. The Buffaloes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking for a crease. It's Young. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. The option look. Keeps it himself. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And the Buffaloes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Colorado! Great job by the back on the option.
And that's the way you punctuate the long drive. Nice job being physical, getting that ground game going, and Jesse finishing with the ground game.
Yeah, really, I think that drive is really a microcosm of what they've been doing all game, right? Imposing their will by running the football. The defense knew it was coming, and they still couldn't stop it.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give on the counter. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. The Vols are in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Got it in the middle. It's Davis. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. Maybe a crease. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Here's a heat. He sacked this defense all over him. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. And the Volunteers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. Throwing, Lewis. With the catch, it's Williams. You'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Now on first down from the 28. Lewis to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Williams open on the right side. Lot of room to the right. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And the point after is good. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's in. Completed. He's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. The short hands. It's Staley. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Colorado will go ahead and use its second timeout here. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the first down. Wants to throw it again. He lobs one high down the left side. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Buffaloes will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here is the Tennessee offense. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll move the tight end. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it.
Snags it, and there's running room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down. 7.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Just keep slinging it. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
The Volunteers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Tight end now in motion. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. A big third down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. That'll close the gap to 14.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28, and a pretty good job by the coverage unit. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Got out of trouble and throws. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you could tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right.
Looking for a big play. Caught at the 25.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Here's the pressure. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the D.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. Running inside, it's Bishop. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Off play action. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got him. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's third down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Lewis on the play action. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
The big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Under fire! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play they took a sack. This one they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. Third down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think. So,
lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Buffaloes will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now on the return. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. A quick pause here to look at the numbers as they are threatening to pull away in this game. So first down will open up the final period. The run inside. It's Bishop. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. And the Vols will hustle to the line.
and you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Right down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And he was looking for the pick six. He'll have to settle for getting it inside the 30. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul.
So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Buffs! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this, this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
24, Tennessee, 3.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to throw it again. Escapes the pressure to his right. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Staley. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Vols go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He wants to throw it again. Here comes the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
And this is exactly the situation you want to get in as a defense. You got the lead late in the football game. You know they got to throw. And what do? You get to the quarterback, you hit him, and you get pressure on him. And then what happens, Palmer?
Yeah, it's complimentary football, David. No question about it. They're just putting the hammer down right now with the lead. The defense playing accordingly. Now giving it back to their offense for an opportunity to pad this lead even further here as we're in the fourth quarter.
Quick release on the RPO. Crosses to 35. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. And the Buffaloes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Rides the option, he keeps it. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Lewis got his man downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Colorado. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a master class in offensive productivity.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. Send the tight end in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Going to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Bringing the heat. Trying to buy time. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. And the Volunteers headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pocket breaking down. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over. This offense has it with really good field position. Defense wants to bring the heat. They'll run it on the counter. And he's only able to pick up about a yard before he's stopped on the play. That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Right back to him on the ground. And they're able to make the tackle.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. He goes right back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Matthews.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Got a man. It's Staley. Terrific run after the catch, but the question is, will it stand? The flag is out, and let's see what the call is. This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Still second down, but now the offense is operating behind the chains. Looking to fire. Finds his back in the middle. At midfield, he's got room. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looking to throw on first down. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
After this, it'll be a wrap. The offense changing the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unleashes one deep. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams